Good afternoon. Let's see what time it is. We got to see what time it is. It's always good to have the time. It's 12:28 p.m. on November the 3rd of 2021. And the title of this is, Did You Feel It? You may say, Gina, what are you talking about? Did I feel what? Well, did you feel the energy? Did you feel the energy all of a sudden? And not just any type of energy. I'm talking about, did you feel a big negative energy within the past, say, 24 hours that literally came out of nowhere? It's like you might have been doing something, then all of a sudden, you're in a good mood and everything seems to be going fine. Then all of a sudden, boom, somebody throws that little wrench in there and sends a message to you. Hello, I can still cause some havoc. Okay, everything is not as good as you think. Have you felt that, you all? That's what I want to know. Have you felt it? Did you feel it? Because we know you was up all night long. Yeah. So I know I felt it immediately after I done my live video last night. Somebody decided they want to troll me. Boom, 169 comments trolling me. Just like that. See that negativeness, that energy, it wanted to send a message saying, hello, I didn't go nowhere, I am still here. Okay. And that's why I want to ask, did you feel it? Did something like boom affect you within the past 24 hours? Because it can't be an isolated incident. If it happened to you, chances are, since we are connected spiritually, we all have a spiritual connection. Chances are it's happening globally, not just locally. Yeah, you had an amazing thing. Yes, that's right. That's how it happens, just like that. And then when I thought about this, I thought, you know what? Just a few minutes ago, I thought it said, that song, "For every high there is a low." I don't know what that's off of. When it says, "For every high there is a low." I can't remember the cartoon movie that it came. You had a timeline jump. What if that is what's happening? What if we are jumping timelines? And yes, the demons are back on the evil. That's exactly right. But we got angels. We got angelic beings. Yes, okay. So yeah, and it's like for every time someone's right, well, there's always going to be a time when someone's wrong. Okay, there's always going to be something opposing, an opposing view to everything. Um, yeah, that's right. Exactly right. God is stronger than any evil because God is love. The creator of all is pure love. That's right, you all. That's exactly right. Good afternoon, you all, because I felt it. We know that when we are in a really good mood, when everything's going good in your life and you're feeling all happy and stuff, look out. Just look out, because something's going to happen. The negative, that little negative side of energy is literally going to rear its ugly head in your life somehow, some way. It's like it reaches its tentacles in a way that it literally gets a hold of you like a big old hydra. Let's say it's a hydra. Yeah, it's tentacles, you all. It literally takes a hold of us, and that's what it does. Yes, I'm okay. I hope every one of you are okay. The sooner we realize and we recognize what's happening, the better we can face it, the better we can stand up against it, you all, because you know that you do have the strength to stand. You do. You're just as strong as you were before all of that negative like energy did a big pushback. Yeah, you had to be pretty strong and you had to be doing something right in your life for that negative energy to try to stop you in your tracks. You had to, because your energy was being felt on the opposite side of the spectrum. You have the positive side of the spectrum and then you have the negative side of the spectrum. When our arrow goes way over here in the positive side, well, that negative side of that spectrum doesn't like it. So it wants to bring us back a little because it doesn't want us all the way going over there. It's like a gauge, just like that, you all. like a gauge. They gauge our energy, and they thought, no, you can't be having that much energy. We got to do something. We got to come up. We got to come back, you all. That's exactly right. That's how it happens. Yes, there is a circle closing in on us. I agree. Oh, I was going to share some pictures that I took at the store yesterday. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. Yeah, hello, everyone. Oh, Ryder, that's right. We are stronger. You know, when I went to the store yesterday, I took some pictures. They were limiting the items. Of course, they were for every type of canned meat, tuna, spam, chicken, beef, hamburger helper. They were limiting it to 4 per customer. Some only was like 2, and then canned chili. And then the pasta, they got limits. It was this one particular store, and the shelves were getting empty. There was other stores apologizing for the delay in the products because of the supply chain. And then guess what? China yesterday issued a letter to all of their citizens, a bulletin, to store up food enough to last through the winter and through the spring, you all. That's what China sent. They said it was kind of rare for them to do those types of press releases, because normally when they do the press releases, it's geared to the local public officials in that area. But this time it was directed directly at the citizens. They're telling their citizens to prepare, store up food, you all. That's what they told their citizens. And several phrases in there: have enough to last through the winter and or into the spring. That's what they told their citizens. And you have to ask yourself, why are they telling their citizens that? That was yesterday. They released that. Are we getting any such things from um, our countries like that? So yeah, yes, you lived in Beijing. And I know that they have their crops destroyed. They have a lot of stuff going on over there, you all. They really do. A CME is coming tomorrow, a Carrington event. You know, when I was watching that sun, I did get up on the La Palma volcano. I was watching the backside of it. And I was watching the sun as it got up in the sky, and it was at the time stamp 1500, so 3 o'clock on the dot. The sun literally goes boom. It, like, all of a sudden it has a spike in brightness or dimness, and then a few seconds pass and it does it again. And I thought, I wonder if the ISWA, the gsfc.nasa.gov, I wonder if their products is showing that, like, you know, because the sun does do that if you watch it. So I went over there to their product and I thought, oh, well, they're not on that timestamp yet. They were on the timestamp 1442 or 1446. So I waited 20 or 30 minutes. No, they didn't move it one bit so I could see. They didn't. But exactly at the 1500 timestamp, 3 p.m. at the La Palma, the sun literally did that. Boom, boom. And you can go to those NASA products. You can go to the Stereo Ahead Core 2 or whatever it is, LASCO, and you can see like these bursts coming out of the sun. Also, and I'm thinking, okay, well, you know what? You can see it in our sky. If you could correlate, if you can like put one right next to the other, that'd be pretty cool. And that's what I thought I was going to do, but I couldn't do it, you all. I couldn't. So if you're just tuning in, did you feel it? Did you feel like a big pushback from that negative side? Especially if you're now I just already forgot, your signal went way over there. You had a positive spike in your life. The energy went boom, just like that. And the negative side didn't like it. It wanted to push you back, because I think it's global what happened. It was a big one. It was a great big one. And it seems like they're getting more intense. These pushbacks from the negative side of the negative energy, I think they're getting more intense. I really do. They're not like they were before. They're not like a little bit mild, push you back a little bit. No, they're trying to push you all the way back, push your positive gauge all the way back to where you ain't got no energy at that time. Just literally stomp it out, you all. Yes, 3 o'clock, you feel it. Yeah. They are, in fact, warring at the sun. Yes, they are. And I think this warring is happening on multiple levels. I really do, in the spiritual realm, in the physical realm, up there in the heavens, up there in the earth. Okay, all around. I think it's all happening all at once. And somebody had a really good comment here, and something they suggested. Could we since we're having all of these things happening all at once, could it be that the timelines are like they're all converging upon one another? That's a very good theory. Could it be that they're literally converging upon one another all of a sudden, you all? Because you got all these things happening back to back to back to back. And it could be. It could be. It's a very plausible explanation, and it's an intriguing thought to think that. It really is. Because you can they do think that they can go back in time and change stuff like that. You felt awful today and you couldn't stop. Oh, Miss Reynolds, yeah, there's something going on. And whenever I notice something like that in my life, if I can see it to anybody that I'm connected to or might even know, here's how this happens. When I can even see it affecting anybody else that am spiritually connected to, then I mean, it's for me. I got to speak up. I got to come on here because I know it's not a localized event. It's not an isolated event. That's why I got to come on here and ask you all, did you feel it? Because it's bound to be global. Global. It's like they're pulling everything out, the negative side, the negative energy is what it is. Yeah, you're so very welcome. The storm angels in the sky are bad weather coming. Yeah, you know our sky today. Our sky is literally. You all, let me do this. See, because you're not hearing this. See, I can move around. I can wiggle this. I found out what was happening with this right here, the frequency. I got on this phone today. As I was in my driveway, I took my other vehicle, my truck. They didn't balance my tires right or something. I had a little bit of vibration on my truck front end. But when I got back home, I had this headpiece on. As soon as I got near the metal in my truck, boom, there came that noise again. I stepped back and it stopped. Then I stepped forward and then it went again. It's when I stepped away from any type of metal with these outside, that's when it stopped. Okay, so there's some kind of, listen, outside in the atmosphere, in the air, there is something out there is making the air so supercharged and stuff. It's lizards. Okay, lizards. Okay, it's the reptilians. How about that? The reptilians, the Dracos, the Draconians, they're interdimensional beings at times, okay? That type of energy, it's the darkness. They're doing something to the air around us, to our own physical realm, our dimension. Okay, that's what they're doing. They're causing interference, you all, because there's nothing wrong with this. But as soon as I stepped outside and got near my truck, uh, the loud signal-like noise started, the interference started happening. I think the same way if I got near my wind chimes and walked away, it triggered something in this headset. It set it off. There's like a reaction that's taking place, you all. Some kind of a reaction. So if it can supercharge stuff to have that type of a reaction, there's something in the air we breathe, everything. There's probably all kinds of metallics and everything. Yes, saludos. Yeah, lots of energy in your, yeah, the globe, oh, global. Oh, you know what I thought you said? The global is satanic, because then I thought about, that brought me back to Saruman on the Lord of the Rings, when he has this sheet or this cover over that big old globe thing, and he's trying to ask Gandalf, he says, why should we fear it? And he pulls the thing off and he got this grisly old crystal ball. That's what I thought you was talking about. Well, why did they use a crystal ball? Did you think about that? Because they can look into that crystal ball and they can see inside of it. I think there's something to that too, you all. Yeah, I used to love it too. I would lay in bed and I just fall asleep with Bilbo's birthday, and then that was the end of that, you all. But I don't watch TV anymore. But it was very relaxing. It was something familiar. Something grounding and repetitive in my life. It was like something routine. And it's like nowadays, we don't have no routine. There's nothing, well, I should not say there's nothing grounded. There is grounding that we can get on an everyday basis. There is. So, That's right, Jamestown, California. So yeah. Oh, do you all got? Can you hear that frequency now where I'm at? Um, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So I figured that out. It's uh, it's when you get near that any type of metal. Certain it has to be a certain thickness. I think certain thickness of metal that's literally interfering with whatever's on here. Okay. Yeah. You'll work on the radio waves. Oh, you and your husband both felt it, Christy. Yeah. See, and it's like how it's frequencies. It's spiritual like frequencies, okay? And I know that science, there's a way in science for them to study what's happening on a molecular level. There is a way with those electrons and protons and neutrons and everything. It literally does affect us because we've got electricity in us too. And you know, we have to have electrolytes in our body. We do. We have to have electrolytes. And we have to, with water too, all of that. And I'm not an expert in our chemical makeup or whatever, but I know that, you know, we got some kind of a energy in us, some type of electrical current running through us because we can touch things with static and it creates a spark. So we do have electricity in our bodies too. And our electricity can spike. It literally can spike our energy, electrical energy can boom, spike big time in a good way. And that's why that negative is going to come back at us, you all. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, yeah, you got to get grounded. We got to get grounded. Um, yes, we have to. Your water is toxic. Oh my goodness, yeah, you gotta neutralize the toxicity in your body and in your relationships because there are toxic people that may cross our paths and we may not even know it. Did I tell you about that time about this negative energy? When I worked at my one job, after I left the one department, I just walked out and said, forget it, it's not worth it because they gang stalked me. Okay. A few months had passed and they brought me back in another section. And I walked past this one individual. They were not allowed around me. They weren't. They were totally supposed to not come around me. But I walked past this one individual who didn't like me. As soon as I did, the energy, it was like a basketball of energy, negative energy. As soon as she walked past, it went straight. I felt it. I felt the whole entire diameter. It hit me like that. Felt it go through my and went straight through my body as soon as she walked past. I have never in my life felt something like that before. Energy, dark energy, negative energy is very, very powerful. So if negative energy can have that type of effect on somebody, just think what the positive energy, what type of effect it has. See, positive energy is not going to hit you like that in a big old ball like that. No, it's going to shower your whole entire body, the whole entire space around you with positive energy. It is. It's literally going to evenly disperse it. It ain't going to just target one part of your body, boom, like that. It has some positive energy right there. It's not going to do that. But the negative energy, it will. It literally goes in certain areas. That's exactly right. Makes you feel sick to your stomach. There's people who are very sensitive to energy. Okay, and that's good. It's good because you recognize it, you know where it's there, and you know what you need to do. Yeah, it will make you nauseous and sick to your stomach, you all. Um, yeah, all of that. The great reset. The harvest is ready. There is some kind of harvesting taking place, and it's going to continue. I think it's going to get really bad, but that's beside the point. Sam the illusionist said there was a war in the sun and fighting against the Orion. Okay, I've been hearing Orion a whole lot, a whole lot. And there's been a lot of references to the Orion constellation. There has been. And there's something about it. Um, and it doesn't feel positive. It doesn't feel positive. And I know NASA studies the Orion constellation too, you all. What's in it? I either read something last night or saw something last night, either physically or in my dream state, about the Orion constellation, and I thought it all makes sense. But I can't remember what it was, but there's something about it, and it don't have something good connected to it. Did they say does the Anunnaki or the Nephilim or whatever, are they in the Orion constellation? Is there some type of bad entity associated, energy associated with the Orion constellation? I feel the Pleiades is a very peaceful constellation. The Pleiades. I do feel that. Um, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, you are. So, it is magnetic energy. And you know what? Our energy is magnetic. We can literally draw certain people to us with the energy that our body exhibits. All of that. Um, Emerald Order. Yeah, there isn't nothing new under the sun. That's true. Um, yeah, I've heard about the plasma apocalypse, the MCO event. Um, yeah, and I think that's quite plausible because I think during that thing, somehow they figure out a way to drop the magnetosphere, and that big old plasma thing comes in, and it literally sends its tentacles into the ground, like we saw on some of the live webcam videos. Its tentacles go into the ground, uh, and you can see it feeding. It's doing something in that movie, and then it's pulling organic life up in it. Yeah. A Draco Nebula? Oh my goodness, you all. Yes, they are. Frequencies is a big part of it. Um, and they know it. They know it, you all. Yeah. Um, the Archons had tentacles. I wonder if the Archons could be described also as a Hydra. I wonder if they could. And it's like these sci-fi movies. They have these things like that, a weird-looking life form. And I don't mean any disrespect to life forms that don't look like us. How they get into people's body and takes over their bodies, right up there. Boom, just like that, you all. Yes. 100%. Yeah. Has anyone become magnetic? You zero test, zero grad fast. Has this happening? You're freaking out because I can't hear God anymore. Um, well, you should be able to feel it right here inside of you. If you've got love inside of here, I'm sure your connection is not broke. Okay, I would hope it's not broke. Yeah. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button, you all. Yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious. Electromagnetic. Um, yeah. You know, when my dad, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia, and that's what took him out. But when he was really doing things that he didn't understand and he couldn't remember, you know what he would do? And he would feel frustrated. He would get down on his knees and he would pray. He never, ever, ever lost that connection that he had on the inside of him. Never did. Um, and my grandmother, same thing with her. She never lost that connection. She could remember. She could remember everything she read in relation. Yeah, it's like the connection could not be severed. Uh, Now, this may not be the instance for some people, but I do believe that there is a connection that cannot be severed, especially when it's rooted and grounded in love. Okay? Yeah, yeah. So, Elon, Mr. Musk. Yes. Um, the civil strand. Well, we yes, we do know how it ends in the end. The light wins out over the darkness, and the darkness knows it. So if the darkness knows how the story ends, the darkness has already been there also and has already experienced it also. So if they've already been there and they've already experienced it, and if there's nothing new under the sun, are we literally going around in a circle and reliving and reliving and reliving? Are we? That's a good thought. That's something to ponder. Are we reliving over lifetime after lifetime after lifetime? If there's nothing new under the sun, and if the darkness knows what happens, it's already been there, all of it. Um, yeah, yeah, deja vu. And what if when you have the deja vu, what if your timeline literally overlapped with another timeline that you were in? Or they say there's all kinds of timelines. I could be here in this world right here, and then in another parallel world, I could be in that parallel world at the same time, and thus forth. All of it. Um, 0 point. 0 point. That reminds me of singularity. That's what it reminds me of when you said that. Um, duck and cover. Yeah. You've been in the deja vu. Yeah, looping, looping. And you have to ask yourself, how is that possible? And I feel that our perception of life at times, mine has been, I never gave it a second thought. Um, but, I guess we all choose to live where we're at. I really do. Um, yes, a magical medium. That's exactly right. Hola, buenas tardes, saludos desde Chile, Monjimars. Yeah, perception reality. That's right. Electrolyte waters. I really thought about doing something. They have this Gatorade or something, and your body needs electrolytes in the summertime. I thought if you could buy like a pack of Kool-Aid, a different flavor, and you could get your like baking soda and salt and maybe lemon juice or something. I wonder if you could make your own like electrolyte drink like that, because I know there is a formula to do that, you all. Yeah. Um, a Himalayan rock salt. I've got some of that. No, see, well, we got you baby demon. Well, Apple Brooks, honey, you beat me to it. Baby demon. Dark matter is not going to win out. Dark plasma is not going to win out. See, that's what Baby Demon thought. He was going to come on here with the light, with the people of the light, us, me and you, and tell us that dark plasma is going to win out in the end, that the dark energy is going to win out in the end. Well, let me tell you something. You don't win. You don't win. You're never going to win. It doesn't matter how many times. Let me tell you this. It doesn't matter how many times this dark energy, this dark plasma has to repeat a lifetime over and over and over. You're never going to win. Never. You can come through this earth 1,000,000 times, 1,000 times, twice over. You never are going to win. You know why? Because you've already lost from the very beginning. You don't know what you're up against. You don't. And that's what makes you mad. You think you're going to keep trying and trying and trying. Well, one day your trying's going to be over. You ain't going to win. The dark energy will never win out in the end. Its days are numbered. Its days are numbered. So that's okay. That's why we're here. If we have to keep repeating it over and over to remind you that you're never going to win, to remind you how it ends in the end, we will. If we believe in reincarnation, and if we are getting reincarnated, we're going to keep coming back and remind you of your future. That's what we're going to do. We're going to remind you of your future and how it ends, and then you're going to be set right back at the very beginning. It doesn't matter, okay? You're not going to win out. The dark energy, the dark plasma, the dark matter is not going to win out. Is it going to take some of us out? Probably, but guess what? There's more of us that will rise up, and more people will come, and we'll keep coming back and back and back until your days are finally done. That's how it is, you all. That's right. We know we're not going to dark demon or whatever you were. No, you don't scare us. Okay, you don't. Um, Although it says men's heart will fail them at times, but that's all right, you all. We're strong enough to stand against the forces of darkness. We really are. Or we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't. And everything that we go through, it just makes us stronger. Okay, it makes us stronger. But that's okay. Yeah, it is all right, you all. Yeah, no, we're not scared. It just makes us more determined. Well, see, they reared their ugly head, and they could not even show their face. Okay, they had a no face, dark plasma demon, whatever it was, with a no face YouTube thing. Why didn't you show your face? Because you know what? Yeah, that's all right. Yes. Bang bang mucka bang. Yeah. Oh, dear goodness, you all. But yeah, see that dark energy. Did you feel it? That's what I said in the very beginning. Did you feel it? Did you feel a push within the past 24 hours that literally was an even bigger push before that came against your energy? Okay, because we have to fight this energy in the physical realm and in the spiritual realm. We do. It's on two fronts. And then it's up there and it's down there. It's all around. But that's all right. We'll fight it. We will fight it as long as we have breath in this body on earth. We will fight it. And then in the other realm, we'll fight it there too, if we have to. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to recap with that. Yeah, there's been a big push, but that's okay. We're still grounded. We didn't fall down, and even if we did, we will pick ourselves back up and keep going. Is what we'll do. So, with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you, and thank you so much for coming on here, you all. Thank you for taking time out of your day and sharing. If you felt it, because it's good to get the information out to let others know that it's not an isolated event. If you experience something, people are experiencing it globally. Okay, it's in the spiritual realm manifesting into the physical realm now is what it's doing. So thank you, moderators, for being on here, and thank you all for coming on here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you.